Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I'm Malik Hodge, and this is War Alert. Brothers and sisters, we are at war. The abomination of desolation, the war taking place in the Middle East, that broke out on October 7th, 2023, and it's been taking place for 10 months. The abominable, cruel destruction of the Palestinian people. Now, the scriptures state, brothers and sisters, therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation, which was spoken of through Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. The abomination of desolation, brothers and sisters, is the greatest sign given in human history of the time. It is a sign for the world, letting you know that the day of the coming, the dreadful day of the coming of the God is about to take place. It's the trigger of the apocalypse, the war that will take this reality out, the judgment of America and the world. Brothers and sisters, the abomination of desolation. Nations around the world have been made have been brought to attention on this genocide that is taking place in the Middle East. Nations have been made angry, and nations are protesting against this abomination. Nations have been made to see false Israel for who it really is. America and Britain and the West has been made to see for their true nature. Because America and Britain is backing, supplying, and funding this genocide that is taking place by false Israel. And the nations around the world have been brought back to attention and made to remember the atrocities that have been carried out against the nations of the world by America, false Israel, Britain, and the West. The committing of murder, the committing of colonizing and genocide that they've carried out against the nations. The nations have been made to see this double standard again, that this laws that America, false Israel, and Britain uses to sanction, to what's my word? To condemn nations. These same laws do not apply when it comes to America, false Israel, Britain, and the West. So, brothers and sisters, the abomination of desolation has escalated. It's the trigger. Now, you see that any moment, any day, at any time, we're at the doorstep of what the world calls World War III, which is properly called the apocalypse, the war of wars, the war that will bring this world as you know it, this reality, to an end. Brothers and sisters, we're witnessing phase one of the war in heaven. And we're stepping into phase two. Now, and occurred war in heaven, war in the heaven, the abomination of desolation, war in heaven. Now, we're entering phase two, when Iran responds to false Israel's aggression, cruel aggression, law-breaking aggression. Michael and his angels of him, of the to war with the dragon, and the dragon warred and the angels of it. Now, Michael and his angels, Master Fard Muhammad, Syria, and Iran are going to war with the dragon, Saudi Arabia, the house of Saud, who fuels this reality, who fuels the West's reality, America's reality. Saudi Arabia is the dragon, and the angels of it is Britain, false Israel, and America. Now, brothers and sisters, these are the main characters, the main nations in this war. Now, you have more because Iran and Syria is also included the Houthis, the Shia Muslims, which is also the Houthis, Hezbollah, and other groups that are connected with Iran. Now, this war is about to take place any day, at any moment, anytime. That's where it is right now. Now, brothers and sisters, that when this war happens, this is phase 2, which is it's the start of the apocalypse. So, okay. Now, brothers and sisters, you're looking at this war, and do not understand what is fueling this war. What's the cause behind this? Now, the bottom line is false Israel is pushing to go to war with Iran to get America to assist into taking out Iran, which would give false Israel control over the Middle East. And they will also have their hands in control of the oil or gas, which would ultimately bring them in control of the Christians in their nations, because they will be the dragon, the new dragon. And the European nations will have to come to them for their fuel that fuels their reality. However, brothers and sisters, America and Britain is using false Israel to keep as a decoy, let's say it like that, to keep, well, let's put it like this, America and Britain set up false Israel as a decoy to counter the narrative that the original black man and woman is the true seed of Abraham. So false Israel was set up by America and Britain. They're funded and backed by America and Britain to keep this false narrative going as if they're the true seed of Abraham. Mind you, that the false Israel, or the Jews, the false Jews, they were about to get exterminated in the early 1900s. And in the concentration camps Hitler had put them in. And America refused, was not even taking them in. No one was saying anything because they was going to get rid of them. But they needed them to counter the narrative. So they were set up in 1948 and placed in Palestine as the true seed of Abraham. They stole our identity, then used their propaganda wheel, their TV, their radios, and made us look like a nothing people. A nothing people. Pimps, hoes, through their TVs and their TV program, everything they did, they created this image of the black man and woman and sent it throughout the world. So the world looks at us as if we're the lowest of the low. Now, brothers and sisters, the Abrahamic vision is your vision. Now, this is the vision that nations are trying to claim. Now we're going to get to this and nations are trying to say that this vision fits them, or in some kind of way, this was a vision that took place with them thousands of years ago, or far, that this vision is something of the past or something of the future, is past tense. So this is the vision that nations want to claim. Now listen. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance, and thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, and thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again. Hither, here, there, hither, from which they came, they should return again. For the iniquities of the Amorites are not yet full. So, brothers and sisters, this vision is what the nations of the world are saying this applies to them. So this vision is the base of religions, the base of the scriptures. This is the base of of what's taking place in the world. This is what everybody, these nations are trying to claim. Now, America says they're the spiritual seed of Abraham because the false Jews broke their covenant, broke their agreement, and they killed the Christ or Jesus 2,000 years ago, and they called them the Christ killers. And they've been at war for the past 2,000 years. So much so, the false Jews have been ran, and they ran to the Muslim country to be protected from the Christians. Now, brothers and sisters, everyone wants your vision. Everyone wants our vision. No one has been through 400 years in a strange land and afflicted for 400 years, enslaved and afflicted. Everything taken from us. Our minds was taken. Language. Everything. We're dehumanized. Labeled as animals, 3/5 of a human. From 1619 was the starting date. The 1619 projects that Jefferson wrote, the 1619 project, that's the beginning of slavery. So from 1619 to 2019 is what? Do the math, brothers and sisters, 400 years. And then it said, and that nation whom they served will I judge. So 2020 came in. The judgment of America and the world began in 2020. And how did it come in? Came in with a plague that would do what? Kill the firstborn of Egypt. So all around the world, those original people, the original people were passed over by the plague. The original people all over the planet. But it didn't pass over the Caucasian nations. It didn't pass over false Israel. It didn't pass over the Orient. So thousands upon thousands, millions of people died. And most of them were elderly, the firstborn. Brothers and sisters, when they witness this, what do? Try in all their power to push you to take the jab. Where they went into original countries, Haiti and Africa, and tried to force the use of this jab on us. Try and offered you, well, what can we do to get you to take this? Brothers and sisters, this is your vision. And the world is being judged. America is being judged. And the judgment, false Israel, is going to be sieged and then destroyed. Now, brothers and sisters, this vision is not spoken on. You know, they don't speak the Abrahamic vision in church. They don't tie it in to you're the true seed of Abraham. We're the children of Abraham. We've been here 400 years. They don't tie this to your thinking. So you can put reality. This is your reality. This is your vision. They're made to keep this from you. They sign agreements. They sign contracts. They're taught by your open enemy. And usually this position of the role models or the spiritual heads of the original black man and woman, or the blacks, was always one of master's children, a demon, someone with black skin but was master's child. So, brothers and sisters, we have to understand who we are, so you can see through the lies and the deceit that they're exposing you to block the truth from you recognizing how you are directly a part or the cause of what's taking place in this world today. Now, this is the Abrahamic covenant. Now, the vision, then there's a covenant that God made with Abram and his seed. Now listen. It says, in the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. brothers and sisters, for the 400 years that you suffered in this strange land, afflicted and enslaved, God, Allah, made a covenant, which is an agreement and a promise to Abram that his seed would be given this land from the great river Egypt to the great river of Euphrates, which is called what? The land filled of milk and honey, the promised land, brothers and sisters, that everyone wants a promised land. America, the Christians say America is their promised land. The false Jews are lying and saying that Palestine is their promised land. Jerusalem is their promised land. Don't forget, brothers and sisters. Ishmael is sitting. The house of Saudi Arabia is the land that Saudi Arabia is the land from the river Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. And it said, the original man, has the best part of the planet, which is Arabia, which is northern Africa. But the house of Saud, what's his name? I just had his name now. I ain't gonna get it. It's well named. They put Saudi Arabia on there, on Arabia, to deter you from wanting your land back. Like, if we put their name on the front of it, then that that their land. No, brothers and sisters. Now, brothers and sisters, this abomination of desolation. Now, America set up false Israel. Excuse me. Let's see what this is saying. See that. Okay. See how much time being spent. All right, brothers and sisters. This is Exodus 1:10. It says, and I use this interpretation, so you can get exactly on the Lord what it's saying. Okay. We must make a plan to keep them from growing even more. If we don't, and if war breaks out, they will join our enemies and fight against us. Then they will escape from the country. Now, Margaret Sanger, the killing of 20 million black babies. Sending the jobs to China and India. to keep us suppressed. The killing of the black leaders in the 60s. Their policies, 3-strike laws, harsher laws for the same cocaine in one form than another. Private penitentiaries, which they filled with the original black man and woman. These democratic policies, the giving our black men syphilis, causing our black boys to be autistic, breaking up our families. Brothers and sisters, this is what it's sharing. Let us deal. We must make a plan to keep them from growing even more. So that's their plan. And brothers and sisters, now in understanding that the plan foiled, they wasn't successful. They have one of their own, Louis Farrakhan. Brothers and sisters, you must understand this. Now, many of you say, "Oh, Louis Farrakhan did this for me. He changed my life." Brothers and sisters, the Nation of Islam, you have to understand, the net worth of the Nation of Islam in 1975 was $80 million. The Nation of Islam, everything you needed to be a nation was provided for you. So we didn't need separation. Let me say that again because that didn't come out right. We wanted separation. We did not need segregation. We wasn't fighting for that. We wanted separation. Brothers and sisters, the Nation of Islam under Elijah Muhammad produced food, clothing, and shelter, had homes, apartment buildings, farmland, had its own supermarket in several cities and neighborhoods that brought in our own foods. We had our own ship. We imported and exported. We had a fleet of diesels that ran our products throughout the country. We had our own bank. So if you needed a bank to go to and get a loan. We had all that for us. Elijah Muhammad was in a process, or went through a process of trying to retain a hospital. And the Christians, blacks, the demons came against him to keep us from obtaining that for us. So, brothers and sisters, what was being brought about, or what has been brought about and made or built for you and your safety, the chief demon got rid of it. So as he sits and talks about building a nation, and you know, and they're a nation. How are you a nation? Where's the nation at? Has done absolutely, hasn't built absolutely nothing has been built. You have, and then have the nerve to tell you the truth in your face. The nation he shared with you, the nation of Islam, or both sides, or whatever both sides is dead. Because when the nation was alive, they were doing something. They had something. Now, brothers and sisters, Percival Clark is the father of Louis Eugene Grounds. He's a Caucasian white man, the skunk of the planet Earth. Let me see it right. He's a Caucasian white man, or Yaku's grafted devil, the skunk of the planet Earth, and a false Jew, the synagogue of Satan. Now, look at any biology. You are the seed of your father. Period. The seed, the sperm is living. That goes, and the sperm, billions of them, fight for that one to reach that living tissue, which is the egg. Now, I don't want to get took off because it's already, time moving fast. However, brothers and sisters, he's the seed of the synagogue of Satan. He tells you that his grandmother and his grandfather was Caucasians and Jewish and Jews. They were Portuguese Jews. So, brothers and sisters, from Barbados descent, And if those are his grandparents, his father's grandparents, this is his father. Now, 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 the scriptures tell us, brothers and sisters, listen. The scriptures share with us. Let me push this up here for you real quick, and we'll get back. That the son of perdition, let no one deceive you, that the falling away will come first, and then the man of sin will be revealed. So the falling away, the nation of Islam, Farrakhan and Wallace Muhammad, they destroyed the nation. They got rid of it. Farrakhan didn't say anything to stop Wallace D. Muhammad from getting or obtaining the assets of the nation through probate court, because he didn't stand up and make the claim for the nation, the members. And he was the one, and he tells you he was the one in charge. He was the mouthpiece. He was the national spokesperson for Elijah. He shares this. So the nation of Islam was destroyed, or was no more, was beheaded. And they started something called the Bilalians. And Louis Farrakhan was Wallace's head imam. That not even to say, brothers and sisters, in 2000, Wallace, again, D. Muhammad, and Louis Farrakhan went in front of on Muslim television and denounced the messenger and Master Fard Muhammad once again, and shared that the Nation of Islam sees Prophet Muhammad as Allah's messenger and the originator, and that the God Master Fard Muhammad couldn't be the originator, and that Master Fard Muhammad came up with some prescription, what's the word? Methodology. And as one thing as strange as it seems, and as unorthodox, even poisonous, but it was a prescription that started us to the real Islam. That started us on our road to the real Islam. So, remember that, brothers and sisters. Now, it states, now the Nation of Islam is destroyed. That's the falling away that came first. And then the son of perdition was revealed. Then the man of sin was revealed, the son of perdition. The man of sin. That means he's weak and wicked by nature. The man of sin is the Caucasian white man, or Yaku's grafted devil, the skunk of the planet Earth. He's a man of sin by his nature. He's weak and wicked. The devil. And the son of perdition, the son of a false Jew, the son of the synagogue of Satan, the son of hell, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God and that is worshipped as God, that is worship, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now, what is Ishmael sharing with you? He's God in the flesh. You got to keep listening to the Messiah. Have faith in him. Don't listen to no one else. Because it don't make no difference what you say. The scriptures, brothers and sisters, which we have to read, look at, it tells you the son of perdition is sitting in the temple of God, claiming that he's God. You can't, these things is easily seen, brothers and sisters. However, let us get back to where we are because of time. Now, this war is about to blow. And the original black man and woman, brothers and sisters, your minds, you don't even understand what's taking place. Many of you don't even you look at this war and think that this war is about to just stay over in the Middle East. And you don't know the implications, how this war is going to affect you. And now, I mean, only thing on the mind of the black man and woman is you're looking. I speak with you, brothers and sisters. Your social media and everything. You know about the Olympics. You know about preseason football. You know baseball. You're betting. You're all this. Everything that they're putting in front of you to block your mind from thinking, to keep you from understanding what's taking place around you. In all school starting, I got to get my children. War, any day, World War III. They're sharing with you. This war is World War III. And it's not enough to move you to start thinking at all. However, America, Britain, false Israel, the house aside who is sitting on your land, Saudi Arabia, they know who you are. And they're not going to sit still and allow us to just take something. They're not going to turn nothing over to us. Brothers and sisters, they made a plan to keep you from growing. Now, brothers and sisters, America and Britain, they're going to attack all blacks. And they're going to do this. They had a plan. However, this war has caused them to move faster. It fall they plan up. Now, before false Israel is taken down, America has to make their move, because they know once false Israel is destroyed, seized and destroyed, the lie is removed, and the world will be shocked, and the world will see, especially the original black man and woman, that hand that they have on your head, forcing it down in the water, using force to keep you submerged. That hand is going to be released in your head. The black man and woman is going to pop up out of that water like a ball would do, released in the water. It's just going to pop up, because the force that was keeping it down is destroyed, removed. It's going to cause us to see that we're the true seed of Abraham. However, before this happens, America and Britain, they're going to get kicked out the Middle East. And this war, the House of Saud is going to get removed from the Middle East. But when they realize that they cannot protect or save false Israel, they've already, you think they can't ran out of Afghanistan. The scripture said, sure, they're going to be kicked out. Not exported, not kicked out. So when they notice that they have lost this war, they're going to send out a national security alert to kill all blacks. To kill us all. Now, that gets us to the messenger of the covenant. Brothers and sisters, behold, I will send my messenger, who is Elijah Muhammad, who will prepare the way before me. Then the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight, see, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts. Brothers and sisters, the Lord whom you seek. Now, the messenger of the covenant, the one that is speaking and sharing with you that you have a covenant with the God. The God, Master Fard Muhammad, is going to war in the Middle East with his rod of iron, with his people. Iran and Syria. He's their 12th imam. Master Fard Muhammad is about to pull the plug on this reality. Brothers and sisters, and the messenger of the covenant, the Lord whom you seek, will suddenly appear in the messengers, will suddenly come to his temple, the messenger's temple, the nation of Islam. And in him suddenly coming to his temple, brothers and sisters, he will deliver this angel message that will get you your mind back. You have to get your mind. However, first, he's going to sound the alarm for all blacks to flee. Flee to the mountains, as it shares. When you see the abomination of desolation, flee. Flee, because all blacks will be attacked. So you will know to flee. Now, the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters, Joshua, that will come to the messenger's temple while before there's victory or defeat in this war, before the victory or defeat, to share with you to flee, because in their defeat they're going to attack us, brothers and sisters, because they know, they understand that there's nothing that they can do our rise is their fall, and we are an existential threat to them. Brothers and sisters, the economy, what you see taking place in the Middle East, the destruction of what you will see, everything that false Israel is doing is going to backfire on false Israel. And America and Britain is supplying, backing, and funding this genocide. So everything that is taking place with false Israel is going to take place with America. Now, brothers and sisters, get your head out of the ground. Stop being don't be an ostrich with your head in the damn ground and your butt up in the air. Brothers and sisters, look around. Listen. Get your mind off of playing games. They're sharing this with you. In the event of this war that they're calling World War III, in the event of America losing this war, false Israel losing this war, that the European economy will crash overnight. That's the West. The access with the House of Saud kicked out the Middle East. The dragon can no longer fuel this reality because the dragon is destroyed. The dragon is kicked out as well. Now, Iran, the God Master Farah Muhammad, Iran, and Syria is ruling the Middle East. And there's no oil for America, Britain, and the West. Their economy crashes. Look around, brothers and sisters. What's taking place? They're going to immediately go to war. The war of Armageddon will start immediately in Europe. The European war. That's what it is. They're going to immediately go to war with Russia, the EU. Britain is going to get attacked by China, North Korea. Their weakness, their economies are going to fold, and that oil, that gas, that oil is the source of their power. It's going to weaken their military. It's going to weaken them, period, because you will not get food. Your society, everything, how works a function off of oil and gas. And their military. You can't operate now. If the economy's collapsed, and with the economy collapse, you got people that's hungry, you got insurrection, you got chaos. All this is happening inside of the country, while the country is at war on the outside. Then you got famine. The scriptures tell you cannibalism. So people are going to be so hungry so quick, the little food that they have is going to dissipate in days. So you think, oh, well, we got food. You might have food 30 days. But what about 30 on the 31st day? And you can't find no food. And people running around here, and you look real, they already say you're an animal. The white guy already told you, oh, I'm gonna eat you. My children ain't gonna start. I will snatch you up and cut you and make riblets and corner steaks and we gonna barbecue. I'll barbecue my neighbors. So brothers and sisters, understand what's taking place. And you're the center of scripture. The original black man and woman, the seed of Abraham. We're the people that been in a strange land for 400 years. Add up the facts. But you sit up here and you they have you praying to their spook God. You talking about going to, look how silly you look. You talking about going to heaven and somebody got their wings and oh my daddy, they got their wings and resting. Ain't near one of you seen no heaven. Not one of you heard from nobody that went to heaven talking about they got wings and the streets is gold. Not near one of you. None of you. But soon you get injured, won't you just let God handle it? No, you don't. You run to a man or a woman called the hospital doctors to assist you. In everything you do, you have to run to a man or woman, a person. But when it comes to God or the devil, you're looking at something, it's something that you can't see, spook, you can't put your finger on it. And the scriptures tell you that God is a man. And not only that, brothers and sisters, the original black man and woman is the God. You are the God. You are the goddess. All the women, brothers and sisters, you're gods. You're the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this to a close. False Israel destruction is about to take place. Phase 2 of the war in heaven. The apocalypse will begin. They're calling it World War III. Everybody's on the edge of their seat. Nations are. Nations are prepared for war, and the black man and woman is over here parlaying, watching watching preseason foot. No one and acting like many of you don't even know the war is about to begin. Many of our people are ignorant to the war itself. Brothers and sisters, the scriptures state that many of our people is going to die for the lack of knowledge, because you're not listening. You're not seeking. You're complacent in this American dream, in this man's reality. That is fake. This is a dream world. This is not, you're out of touch with reality. And you're living in a reality that is about to be removed, destroyed, taken out. And with that, I'm going to greet you in the greeting words of peace, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.